Hello and welcome to another IB Mathematics video. In this one we're going to be talking about measures of central tendency. What does that mean? Well, suppose you have a list of numbers like this one here, and a measure of central tendency is just different ways of answering what's the average. What's happening around the middle of this measure, of this set of data. And we're going to be looking at three different kinds of measures of central tendency. We have the mean, the median, and the mode. And that's it. And to put it very simply, the mean is just add them all up and divide by how many do you have. The median is put them in order and pick the one in the middle. And the mode is what's the most common value. And the thing is that it's not only about knowing how to calculate it, which is very easy. It's also about knowing what to use when. So all of these here, they all have the same mean, 4, 4, and 4. But you can see it's very different kinds of value. And that's why it might be practical to look at the median and the mode in these cases. The median is going to be telling us more or less what the person in the middle is doing. And the mode is what's the most common thing. So if these are grades in the IB, the mean is 4, so you might think, well, it looks like people have passed. But already the median is telling us, watch it, because the median is 3.5. Look, it's about roughly half and a half here, hey? And the mode tells us, well, the most common thing is a 3. So that's a fail. So you can see how these three play together and the different things they mean. So this is a list of the advantages and disadvantages of all of them. In the mean, all data is considered, which is great, but it has its cons thing. It also has its disadvantages. And you can just look at this, and it's very important to remember the advantages and disadvantages of each one of them, because you will have to take a decision on which one you're going to use and why did you use it. You're going to have to justify why you use that measure of central tendency. So how do you calculate them? Well, as I said, it's not very difficult. You add all the values, you count how many values there are, and the mean is the sum divided by the count. That's for the mean. You get this very funky formula in your booklet, which you will understand later on. Why do you get such a complicated formula for the mean? This symbol here means mean, and you will understand later on. So just for simple sets of data, you're better off remembering this. And you will practice this later on, but this is how you calculate the mean. For the median, you write the numbers in order, and that's very important, and people keep making mistakes with this over and over again. They must be in the right order. And after they're in the right order, you pick the one in the middle. And if there are two numbers in the middle, then you calculate the mean of the two numbers. Okay? The mode is much simpler. Just look for the number that appears more often. If you have two different numbers that appear very often, equally number of times, we say that we have a bimodal. Okay? So here's an example. Find the mean, median, and mode for the following set of data. In the mean, we just add it all together, divided by the number of values we have, which is 7, and we get the mean. In the median, first we put the numbers in order, and since we have 2 in the middle, we calculate the mean between these two, and we get minus 3. And the mode is just the most common number, which will be 4. Minus 4, sorry. Very easy, and you might be thinking, well, isn't this fantastic and easy? Those are easy points for the exam. Sadly, often questions that relate to central tendency values tend to be a little more complicated. For example, this one here, where they give you this list, but they realize they have an A and a B here. Now that generally scares students. Don't worry about it. It's not that hard. You use the mean to establish one formula. There you have it. And now you have to think for a little bit. Just put them in order. Tell us the median is 4. Well, we need the 4 to stay in the middle. So if we're going to have 4 stay in the middle, it means that A has to be on the left and B has to be on the right. That's all. So any two values, well, there are infinite solutions, but we just pick this two as an example. That will be the solution for this exercise. So that's it for central tendency measures. Really not that difficult. The kind of exercises that you might get of this might be slightly on the complicated side, and you might have to justify why you use a specific central tendency measure. Other than that, it's just simple. It's the mean, the median, and the mode. You'll be seeing them later on. That's all. Thank you for watching.